Welcome, friends and guests, to the December 12th, 2015 meeting of the Las Colinas Irving Las Colinas Rotary Club. We're 13 days from Christmas, and you've written your Christmas letter. Would you stand as we begin? And our invitation is going to be delivered by the Reverend Shane Webb. And you guys may not be aware, because I was not aware, but Shane lost his father-in-law a couple of weeks ago, very unexpectedly. And so he was out of pocket for a couple of weeks, going up to Indiana for that funeral. So, Shane, we remember you and your family. Thanks for
Assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon, everyone. It is good to see you all, and I am so excited that we have a great program today in RYLA. I'll say more about that later. At this time, will you join me in a spirit of prayer? And I invite you to pray or take this time for silent meditation in accordance with your belief. Let's pray. God of love, we thank you for this day and for this Advent and Christmas season. We ask that all the holidays that we celebrate this December would honor your light and your love for the world. Lord, help this group to pick up their service, to continue to do things for the community, especially now as we ring bells for the Salvation Army and collect donations to help people in need. God, we ask that you bless each of us, the meals that we are eating today, and the work that we will do for this community. And we ask this in your holy name.
Would you remain standing? Wow, RYLA students, you're not going to realize this. We have a 7th generation grandson of President Martin Van Buren here. He was born over 100 years ago. No, not really. And he's going to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. John Van Buren. If you would, look at me. Look at the flag.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Would you be seated? Now, we have one order of business that we need to do. I have placed in the hands of all the Rotarians what's called the Irving Las Colinas Rotary Strategic Plan 2005-2026, 2025-2026, that has got to come with the new leadership of our Rotary Club. Okay, everyone has agreed to this. At least everyone that was in the room, but their name was wrote, has agreed to this. So you can see that it comes before you as a recommendation from the current board. Is there any conversation or discussion about this? Are you ready to vote? It comes as a recommendation from the committee, so it doesn't need a motion. You're ready to vote? All in favor of this new class of leadership, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, all right. You're on now.
It's official.
And because the schedule is a little confusing from now to the end of the year, I have put, we have a meeting next week, but then I put the meetings through December and January on the back so that you don't get confused, because at the end of January we will not be here for the day after Christmas, the day after New Year's, and not on the 9th, because we have a social on the 7th. And January, and then we'll be the 16th, 23rd, and 30th. And that is all. With that, I am in. What are you laughing at?
I just pointed out to Shane, under Administrator Rick Lindsay, his goal number 5.
Prevent
Yeah.
any occurrence that might disrupt the meeting.
Yeah, no, he's in. So, Shane, would you, and I want you, Shane, would you come up and start our Rotary or RYLA presentation? But I want you to know, I have been looking forward to this day for a long time. Because Ed McCarty, the late Ed McCarty, brought me in to help him with this program the year that he died. I was thoroughly impressed with the students that year, and the students this year, and we sent 8. We've got 6 of the 8 that were able to be with us today. And so we're delighted to hear them, to hear their stories. Shane is one of the things here, because I can't keep up electronically with what's going on to run this program. Go, Shane.
I know you guys are excited to have me back here with the microphone again. So, Bill and I got trained on how to do RYLA, and along with Ivan Lemos, we had a great time interviewing students. The hardest part was picking who we would take, which is always difficult when you have a crop of really good students. So I'm excited to invite them to come forward. We have students today from both MacArthur and Irving High, and they're going to start by telling us their RYLA names as well as their normal names. Tell us your RYLA name, your name, and what school you are at. And to start things off, tell us your favorite memory from RYLA. Right? Your name, RYLA name, school, favorite memory. And I will invite you to come forward to the podium so that those that are online can see you. You get a RYLA name? Okay. Well, then, no, you don't have a RYLA name, so we can see it.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, tell us your name.
My name is.
See what happens when you tell people your name.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm Fearless from Irving High School. I'm a captain with the Ducks. My favorite RYLA memory was the day before we left. So we have something called the RYLA Olympics. And this is something we prepare the whole week. That's the day. That's the biggest competition of the whole week. Everybody's excited. Everybody's ready. Guess what happens? A storm. It is pouring outside. Like I'm telling you, it was bad. You couldn't do anything. And it was the biggest day that we could have. Right? It was the day before we left. So here's what happened. The students had a mindset. All of us were, hey, this is perfect time to flex. Let's operate, let's take it. But the staff didn't think so. And they actually teach us one of the biggest lessons I ever had. Guess what we did because it started raining? We turned the sports from the RYLA Olympic into boat races. Every team got a time to make boats, and they would race it with the water that was in the rules. They really made one of the biggest memories out of the water. And that was one of the biggest lessons I've learned. No matter what happens, you can be.
Hello everyone, my name is Jada Abdullah and I'm from Cabin 2. We call ourselves L2's Angels, L being for Lorraine, our AC, and C for Crystal, our counselor. We love them so much. So my biggest memory that I had at RYLA was ironically something I never ever talked to me, which was a faith-based group. And all of us, there was Muslims, Christians, Catholics, and we just sat there and we had the greatest time. I had never opened up like that at all to anyone that was outside of my family because I was scared to at school. I felt like I would be judged and rejected because my beliefs were the minority. But at RYLA, I realized that I didn't have to hide my beliefs, and because of that, I opened up so easily. I found people that I go to church with now, and we meet up every so often. And just with that, I decided that it'd be a really good idea to start reproductive a Bible club at my school, which is what I've been doing. I'm the president of that. And we have Bible studies, we have prayers, we have all kinds of things, and literally next Monday we're gonna have a trivia night or at the Posada that we're gonna have and give out prizes, and all of that really simply from RYLA because RYLA gave me the courage to finally speak up and be true to myself and give the word to the one that deserves it. And I can't thank RYLA any more than anyone because simply that faith-based group is started off something that I will never go back to regret or anything like that, but I thank RYLA for that so much.
Hello, I'm Brazil. I was a captain. Our name is not that. So it was cabin yard. It's our group was like seafood. So we're like caviar, cabin. But I would say my favorite memory is ragdoll. It was baseball, softball, and my kind of group, we have a website. It's hard to you know, to see this, say shower this. So I think we became thinking after it was radical to me because we didn't think we were most likely but somehow we were saying we got the same place was but I think it's not the fact that we were paid, it's the fact that we were hungry. And we probably in society just for each other. I would say that we paid, but I think I truly had such a transformative experience in my life because of because I was able to really love you. And I just really thank you all, especially the person that paid for you. I truly thank you all for the experience.
My name is Irving. High school, and I'm from cabin 1. So, cabin name was the Heat Seekers due to our counselor choosing firefighter name for cabin. And I'd say that my favorite memory was honestly like sports activities, like volleyball, we had a whole obstacle course, and I felt like working, you know, work with a team and able to bond with it, like every single person in your cabin. along with, you know, like every single person is cheering you on when it's your turn to serve or on the obstacle course. And I mean, honestly, that really impacted me a lot. I've always struggled with confidence. I've never been confident in my beliefs. But being in that cabin group, you know, being with all these people that are cheering you on, it was something special because it felt something new. I was like, oh, okay. Like I can do more things than I could do. So, I mean, honestly, like this year, I've done a lot more things that I did, you know, my previous 3 years in high school. This year, I became section leader for my band, and you know, I pursued like my band career, and I went to All City in our region, and I made the All Region band, which is a very competitive region. So honestly, I could say that rather really, you know, impacted me and was able to give me a lot of confidence, be able to trust myself in my ability, and yeah, that's about it.
Having fun. We were the red bandits having fun. But RYLA to me is something like I can't even put into words. Like, and like when I walked up to RYLA, I really didn't know what I was going into, but I was like kind of like, oh, maybe I should go. You know, it's something weird. I'm really sitting with like all these random people, and you know. And so then I was just like, well, and I went, and I walked in. And the second I walked in, I was not intimidated. Everyone was just as nervous as I was. So it's like kind of like we all bonded through our nervousness. And just throughout the days, I got so close to these girls and boys. And I made so many friends. It was just, I feel like everyone wants to be open and like not have to put on a facade to act like somebody like the other person wants to be around. And when I stepped into RYLA, I was able to just myself and even the person I am without having to worry about what the other person thinks about me. And everyone has such a kind heart and like embraced everyone with open arms. And we were all so different, but all super similar in like what we wanted for ourselves, what we were fearful of, what we love. We all had something. And that really just made us like one big unit. And I can't name you every single person that came to the camp, but I know that I could reach out to them, not even knowing their name, and they would still help me and embrace me with warm arms. And knowing that like the space staff always listening, and I feel like I'm never going to be alone because wherever I go, there's always a librarian somewhere to embrace me, like everybody's not knowing who they are. And the fun story for that is my sister was in college in Wisconsin, was playing pickleball with like observed going from sports team. And she was like, maybe I went up to her and asked her, she was like, oh, it's your sister Vera. It's like it's so random to go up to some random person and oh, it's your sister Vera. And she's like, that. And I'm like, oh, I know her from here. And I'm like, what a small world. And so knowing that there's a family out there for me, it just makes me feel so happy. And I'm so thankful for whoever for me to go to camp because I have transformed as a person and just feel so much more love from now.
Everything having for you guys that will be when around the Olympics. So a little bit about the French students at Ryan. I just arrived, you know, there were people from left and right, and I didn't know what it was like. And then I was facing what happened with 10 other girls I knew nothing about, like complete strangers. All the way so again circulating in my head, what if I don't fit in, what if they don't like me, or you know. And so these are all questions I learned that you never have to worry about at RYLA. At Camp RYLA, there's no talking stages. The way I was making friends so quick, it scared me because I never really fit in at school like that. And it didn't feel real. We took less than 30 minutes for us to laugh and joke around. And I felt like I had known them for years. My favorite memory was when I broke with a wooden board because it showed me what I believe is capable of doing the right thing. Everything is all up here, and having there to check on. So the whole policy. However, after the first hour, I didn't even know what it was. I realized I had to use this basic therapy in my life. When I got back, this random object that it had. I realized that it was really never the boredom. It was just having to get up and get active, and right after that, because I'm more open to going new clubs and going out my comfort zone, and I think I can speak for all of us when I say that it's
There, you know, these students are the very top, very tippy top of their classes. And there's some interesting things that I can remember because I'm working on top of my head. This guy is in Marine Junior ROTC. And so when we were going down there, he was just a little unsettled. And I said, you know, they don't let us stop. They just slow the car down and we throw you out, we throw your luggage out, and then we keep on going. And we get close to him, he says, let's discuss this for a minute. He was really worried. The young lady down here is the first lady that's in her high school. First lady restaurant, right? No, but you. Your lady restaurant. Yes. Yes. Go ahead. And this young lady, 4, 5, 6. She speaks 4 languages fluently. If you were, Laura, you're looking for leadership or canine companions, here's the group. Look at them. Visit the tribe. Would you come up and greet us? And then we want to leave a little bit of time for the Rotarians to ask this group of young adults questions. Ask them questions.
I asked them
I'm
questions.
going to let them answer. I just want you to speak.
Oh.
Say something else.
Oh, you want me to say something about my group?
You just say something to the Rotary Club.
Oh, okay.
About life.
It's the first time. Hey guys, thank you so much for having us. I have been working with RYLA for several years. Mr. Member John, we go way back 8 to 9 years. And so I absolutely love the support that the Rotary Club gives to our students and the opportunity, the exposure that they get, and just hearing them come back from camp and just, I have never heard anything negative about being thrown off a car like that, or just anything, cell phone, everything has been positive. And my only wish is that we can have more spots. That's what I ask every year, more spots, and or even more camps throughout the year would be amazing, so that all our students can have this opportunity. So we at Irving High School, which is Irving ISD, we thank you so much for that support. And I know the amazing kids are just very happy that they are here today and that they're going to continue to have that support, not only here in high school, but I know that the networking that they did and have done is going to be very beneficial for them. And so I am very excited that just for us to be here today. So I really do appreciate that.
Thank you. So, anyone?
I'm assuming that as Bill alluded, one of my favorite parts about taking students to camp is watching their faces when the doors open and they start pulled out, and just the shock and surprise and the terror. I live for it, so that's the part that I think I enjoy the most. But I would like to hear from all of you, or just a few of you, what was the most shocking or challenging part of RYLA that you experienced? You want to take a stab at that? Isaiah, yeah, And remember, if the mic is close, you want to drink the mic so that everyone can hear you.
I think the most shocking part was, it truly was when we got up as time. We showed up in the car, we might be talking to the car. All together, all together, we saw the whole video, the other ones, I was like, keep it in the seats. We drive along. You know, the thing starts because you don't see the Bible. Just, they're that happy to see us. The very people that very people like the very people that we teach them. So,
One of the most shocking things I was like, oh my God, I don't know how I can function at camp was waking up at 5 in the morning. And basically we're done by like 11 o'clock for after and nobody is sleeping until like 2, 3 o'clock. Because we all have to shower and we all talk, we have to discuss all the things we talked about in our rooms and everything, and it's like 2 o'clock and we get 3 hours sleep and we have to be entirely, and like it was like sharp on the dot, and I was together at 5 and working out first thing in the morning. I was just like, oh my God. And I realized it was like teaching us discipline, but like I worked teach discipline as like looking at so much different practice. I would learn to get very disciplined. That was like the that was like whoa, like, so yeah, that's what shocked me most about him.
So one of the most challenging things at camp was actually the group activities. Because we both work out groups, boys and girls, we get together and then we have to do a series of activities together and be able to work together. So I remember that one of our activities was, it seems simple, but we're all in the mob and then we're all in the line and we have to sort ourselves from responsibilities. And honestly, it seems simple, but at the end, like with bad communication and not being able to plan accordingly, I mean, it all turns to a mess. And I mean, that's the thing about RYLA, that we have these activities to be able to learn from our mistakes. And then, like, after that, like our next activity, we're able to learn from the mistakes, be able to plan accordingly, and also be able to like function as a group together and be able to have everyone completed the activity. You actually want to know what's the most challenging part of RYLA? That it only lasts a week. It should be a month, it should be 2. No, but honestly, the most shocking part is how they make being uncomfortable comfortable. I know you're eating right now, but I want you to picture. You woke up, it's 5 a.m. Last night, you went to sleep at 2 a.m. But you have 3 hours of sleep. You wake up, you change, and the first thing you're gonna do is not sense. Tell me if you have any part of your body that's like, yo, let's do it. None. Everybody is not them. They just woke up. Yet somehow we were all dancing in this kind of things. Everybody. I'm saying everybody. Usually you have a group, you have that one person that's not feeling it. No, everybody's. And then picture, you have a schedule. When we have a binder, you have a schedule. And when you look at it, you're like, that is, it's only like a third of the day. But it's how they make that 3 hours of sleep, being sweaty, all that, they make that so uncomfortable, they make it enjoyable. And that's the most shocking part. I would have never thought that. I don't know plus Dana, the director of camp, because he truly put 2 months worth of knowledge, teamwork, of challenges into a week. And it's amazing. I didn't know.
Okay. So does anyone in the club have questions for any of these young adults? Val?
I have more of a comment. I'd like to congratulate the selection committee on selecting this group of individuals to represent our club. Great job, everybody.
You know, that's. We have, that was amazing. Dane and myself and Ivan were in total consensus, working alone. Each one of us, that this was the leadership that we wanted to be before. And, you know, we normally have 6 students. And then a person from the church that I in wanted to fund a 7th student, which we were able to do. And then we got an 8th student that another club had paid for that they couldn't send anybody. I can't imagine a Rotary club in this district not being able to send students right. The experiences I've had over the last couple of years, this is just amazing. And it's emotional for me. And then, so,
I have one more comment, more to the students. You will find and lose your treasure many times throughout your journey. And just the courage that you had to show up is so paramount to your success. So,
all right.
Yeah.
You guys go back and finish your lunch.
I know I talked a lot, but I got give you 5 more minutes. So one of the big things about RYLA, and it's enforced throughout the whole camp, is how are you gonna take these tools that we're giving you right now, this knowledge, this experience, how are you gonna take it outside? What are you gonna do once you come back to change the world? What are you gonna do to step out of the comfort zone? So one of the big things that we got about RYLA is, when I got back to school, I created back then the Irving High School Interact. Look, we made it from the ground up, and I'm president of the Interact Club at Irving High School. And I'm here today to show you what we're gonna do and to help your school. So when we started the club, we got $500 to make something out of it. Something to kickstart our club. And we turned those $500 into more than $2,500 in less than a semester. At this point, I think we should open our own business. But now that we have our funding, now that we have people, now that people know, we're starting to get into rollout phase. What are we gonna use this for? What is the aim we're gonna have? So we got a couple of events lined up, and my secretary just gave you our business card. If you think you have any way to support us, if you have any other ideas on how we can help, let us know. That's what that is. So the first thing that we'll do is we want to increase homelessness awareness. Just because we don't see it doesn't mean that they're not here. It's an actual problem. So what we're doing is something called Homeless for Night, which is everybody in school that volunteers for it, they're gonna sleep overnight in January 24th. I don't tell you, that's gonna be cool. And that's a challenge. They can only sleep with what they can bring. This is gonna give our students on where the teachers takes what it is. So next time they see it, it's not like, oh, it's just whatever. They actually know. And that's the awareness. Before that, from January 7th to 24th, we'll be doing supply turn. Anything that a homeless person can use, like a coat, anything, we'll take that and we'll drive it to homeless persons. The second thing that we're doing is we think that our community, the base of our community is knowledge. If you have educated individuals, you have a good community. Everywhere in the world, it doesn't matter what it is, if they're educated, you will be good. So we're doing a book drive. So from March 24th to April 4th, we have a book drive in our school and probably more locations. What we're gonna do with this is we're gonna donate books and money from those books to the Friends of Irving library. And then they're gonna return that to every library. This is the way that we can do to our community. One of the last things that we're gonna do is, I went back to the teacher, the Metcalf, and his awesome teacher. He's the one that helped me out with this. And I told him, what can we do to teachers? We invited him to Rose, Valentine, and show me how. And he reached in from mine because he looked back at me, he's, we're certain things. We don't buy them out. We go to them and we ask them, how we do this. What can we do to make your life better? What can we do to help you? So from February 24th to March 7th, all of our interact members will be going to classrooms and asking the same question. I need a poster. We'll take care of it. I need a wall. We have some smudges on it. I need that clear. We'll take care of it. I need posters, but my room is with. We'll take care of it. We are here to help them. We're here to empower. And the last thing that we're going to do on February 7th is we're going to push some love. We're just going to go out there with a big pamphlet that says, we love you. Thank you for being here. That simple message that you see makes such a big difference. And we learned that on RYLA. Just seeing a sign that says, we love you, can make anybody's day, week, month, or year. You name it. So this is what our plan for next year is. And I hope you have any way to support us, any way that we can support you. Thank you.
This love does lots of good things. This is a pity dog. Okay, with that, I want all students to just relax and enjoy your meal. And Richard Raymond, do we have any other announcements? Does the Salvation Army have any updates? I know we've been out there on the Saturdays.
No, I'm good.
You good?
Do we have a Christmas program coming up?
Next week, we have the choir from somewhere. One of the high schools is coming to have a Christmas program for us. Okay, and so we're delighted. That's what we're raising to help with the cost of transportation. Yes, ma'am.
Are you gonna have additional seating? I was thinking of asking the people in my office. Are we gonna have additional seating?
If you want it, all you've got to do is let me know.
Okay.
We had an additional seating for today. The other thing we did was that we got the way the room is set up changed, so we didn't have to look into the sun, which we thank the people here at the contemplate for. Let me know if you're bringing people from your office. Just email me, then I will let them know because I've got his phone number there. Okay, anything? Yes, sir.
I also want to thank those that have been reading for us at the Walmart and especially those of you that went out Saturday during the cold weather, which are reason why so. But so far, we're already self-restraining $1,000.
All right.
For those 2 Saturdays, we have 2 more Saturdays reading with Rotary, have a same location this coming Saturday and this following Saturday. Also, this Saturday, if you are able to, that's our main old challenge days. Irving software and the city council will be bringing a Walmart up to the market center, marketplace, excuse me. It's got the north side of Irving, you're all ranch, you know, where so if you can stop by there, drop a little light, then we appreciate it because it's in North Texas, it's every day for itself. So we've got for Irving ring, we've got Irving ringing, Coppell and Scott. Irving. Also, distribution
City council stands in the sun and rings the bell while the carriers stand in the rain and ring the bell, right? Yes. So.
I guess almost 2,000 children.
Fantastic. Mr. Raymond, would you, and everybody will stand and adjourn the club, but if you're still eating, stay and finish your meal. But some people have got to get back to work. Richard Raymond, would you all stand as he leads us in the 4-way test of the things we think, say, or do.
Is it the truth? If there's all concern.
We are adjourned, and students, it is a delight to talk to you today, and we wish you success. Hope to see you some more, okay? Thank you, ma'am.
Year too.
Probably sounds interesting. We planning to go into Indiana for Thanksgiving anyway. So we ended up just having the next weekend.
Thanksgiving.
Good job.
Christmas.
Mostly, yes.
Yeah, pretty close, pretty close. A little bit more, and then I head out in January, I'll visit my daughter in Belgium.
Take care, man.
Thought we were in.